How's my audio? I'm hoping my audio sounds so much better. I've made some changes. Maybe a little higher quality, one would say. A little more clear, crisp. You can hear the... And I've got 3 monitors, so now I can see everything. I can see all of my streams are live. I can see chat. How's the music? That's not too loud, is it? I'm back on my other computer, so I had to set up everything from scratch. And you can see Trill. He's taking a bath. Don't look at him. Come on. Give him some privacy. You don't hear any music. Ooh. I hear music, and it is rocking. All right, so do you guys remember how I put music back on Twitch? How did I do that? I have music going to track 2, but did I not set up Twitch to receive track 2? I thought I did. Oh, wait a minute. No, I'm recording on track 1. Twitch VOD track, video on demand, gets track 2. Oh, I'm doing it wrong. Guys, abort, abort. Oh, no. Oh, I screwed up. Okay, if I do this, do you guys hear music? Oh, I might be screwing this all up. We might not have to do music this stream. Yeah, oh no, YouTube, do you hear music? That would be bad. I mean, not that I'm actually making money, so getting demonetized isn't the end of the world. Unless it counts as a strike. Hang on. Oh, yep, that's music. Alright, no music, guys. I screwed up my configuration settings and did it completely wrong. Alright, I will have to fix that for next stream. I turned it off. Hey, Juji. Alright, guys. As you could tell, back in the office. Got my new desk. My new desk is I can't tell. It's longer than my wingspan. Which is it taller than me? How tall am I? 60. Oh no. My desk might be taller than me. So new desk, that means new setup. I've got a monitor here, I've got a monitor here, and I got a monitor right here. I haven't figured out where I'm going to put everything yet, so I don't know where I'm going to be looking, but you're probably going to see me go, huh? 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 So we'll see how that works out. Am I playing a game of some sort or not because I have headphones? Well, so a couple of things. I am learning that I should probably hear myself while I'm talking because it helps me know if audio goes bad or not. I had a YouTube short not too long ago where we were chatting about C++, and it was a great conversation, but the audio was miserable. So now I'm listening to myself speak just like you guys are. So I have at least an inkling if audio's going bad or not. And then 2, I'm listening to music. You guys don't get to because I screwed up the configuration since I'm back in my office and I got to reconfigure everything. So we'll figure that out later. But no, we're not playing a game tonight. I usually do games Tuesday, Thursday if I'm available. Otherwise, I am going to we're going to be doing a little bit of programming. Hopefully finishing up the Wordle project we've been working on using Odin. But I also want to show something off to you guys real quick, if you don't mind sticking around for half a second. I've been working on something, and I'm pretty excited with the direction that this is heading, and so I want to show you guys. Let me get it running, and then I'll swap over. As soon as I remember how. Actually, I might need to make sure it's built. Wait for it. Couple more seconds now. Oh, you're calling it out, Buffer. You're on to me. All right. Okay, so I want to run it. Okay, check it out. Oh, I clicked the wrong thing. This one. Check it out. My face is taking up, my beautiful face is taking up too much of the screen, so I'll go down here. All right. This is the menu. And the menu has settings for key bindings and some default color palettes. And you can start a new game. Oh, my face is just like in the way of everything. Where can I hide myself? Where can I hide myself? Right here. All right. So, since the beginning of my Briarthorn career, as of like February, right before I started streaming, I've been prototyping towards this idea of at least 4 playable classes. So Jet, the general strike fighter, air fighter type of class, pretty much good at everything, but not the best at anything. Has flares for defenses. You have Thunder. Thunder is very durable, very powerful. Also very slow and easy to detect, but he has his ways around things. And then you have Swarm. Swarm is the collection of drones that work in conjunction to defeat their enemies. You don't have weapons like you would normally do, but you use your drones to launch and do and perform different abilities. And then you have Ghost. You see him and then you don't. And then he's like there again. And it's like, holy shit, where did that happen? Where'd that come from, right? Oh, he's a ghost. Get it? So, let's start a game. You can zoom in, you can zoom out. So I am picturing the first level to be pretty straightforward. You know, you've got this one enemy to defeat. Now, eventually, I'm thinking I'll give, like, there'll be a mission planning screen. You'll have some way to determine, like, what your loadout's going to be, and basically your objective list of what you're trying to accomplish when you're fighting against this, with the goal of defeating this guy. But you got to do it in a certain amount of time, because I'm already at like half fuel and I'm nowhere near this guy yet, because my missiles aren't very good at like 60 kilometers or what have you. And now I got 2 missiles coming at me, so I'm going to drop a flare, visualization to become, and then I just got blown up, right? So that is kind of where things are at. And I just wanted to show that off to you guys real quick. So this is kind of what I've been working on off to the side. Oh, and one other thing. I want to show you guys one other thing. So, I've been busy. I haven't gotten it back up and running on the Steam Deck yet, so that'll be a to-do. Maybe I can do that on stream someday. So, I went down a rabbit hole when we originally were doing when I was originally talking about getting Briarthorn up and running in a browser on web. Well, and we hit that like roadblock in stream where it was going to take 4 hours, 30 minutes to anywhere from 30 minutes to 4 hours to build all the dependencies I needed for WebAssembly for Qt and Linux. That hit me. At least for something I am actively trying to produce and make a game with and support all these platforms, I don't want these roadblocks. And there was only one software framework that was giving me everything I needed that wouldn't get in my way, that would automatically handle all of this, right? Now, obviously, a game engine would do that just fine. But I have my reasons for not liking Godot. So, yes, I have moved on from Qt Quick. Mainly because I didn't want to deal with the hassle of maintaining a large, what's slowly becoming a large C++ project. So I swapped over to Flutter. You guys have heard me talk about that before, right? So we're looking at Flutter and Dart. And that's what I've been doing here. I've got, I mean, most of the logic that I've had in C++ and Godot was transferable, right? All the systems that it's funny. I've had an adventure since February. I started with Godot being the front end and C++ and an entity component system being the back end. Then I started to stream and immediately ran into an issue with Godot, which made it really hard to stream vertically. Godot's editor and the code being dependent on the editor, that was really like painful for me to work with. And plus I wasn't familiar with Godot, so I'm like, okay, no Godot. Qt Quick I'm familiar with. C++ is my wheelhouse. And so I decided to do Qt Quick. And that was going great. But the C++ side of things, which is what I do, it was just a little slow for like prototyping and iterative development at the speed that I wanted to. So I have already made a mobile app with Dart, so I'm familiar with how it works a little bit. It can be painful if you're not used to it. So like looking at something like this, you have widget build, material app, scaffold. It's like a very tree declarative focused mess of code that if you're not used to reading is a pain in the ass. But I have found that it was pretty like easy for me to just keep porting my code into Dart for the back end and then just use Flutter widgets for the front end. And plus Flutter has Flame. There's a Flame plugin that is essentially the game engine. It gives me the timing controls, the gamepad controls, that kind of thing. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I am subject to change my mind again if and when I feel fit, because I have never made a game and I don't know what I'm doing. I cannot say that enough. Random question, like, what is your opinion on Claude Code? I use it professionally. It is I think it's a time saver, at least for the work that I'm doing. When I'm doing like a lot of refactoring, testing, maintenance, where like code bases are already established and there's a lot of context for it to pull into, it's actually kind of freaking fantastic. Because I don't have to go navigate hundreds of thousands of lines of code, being this grep voodoo wizard on a system that doesn't have grep, and be able to refactor a bunch of stuff, or be able to recognize like, hey, there's a problem with this already implemented code. We should be like, there's a lot of duplication happening. There's a lot of maintenance issues here. There's actually a bug over here, and be like, hey, can you take a look at this and apply my understanding of software architecture and design patterns, and obviously I'm describing exactly what I needed to do, and then say go, and have it like create the tests, refactor, what have you. And then all I have to do is a code review, which, I mean, at this point in my career, like, maybe not the past 2 years, but there was maybe a stretch of 5-6 years where I was very heavily doing code reviews with my team. So it's kind of like that. I'm a project maintainer, a repo maintainer, code reviewer, that kind of thing. So I find it useful. I really do. I don't know. I know a lot of vocal people out there are having problems with it, and there's for sure other implications when it comes to AI. I can't guess as to what the future will hold, but at least for my job, it's pretty useful. The zoom out. The bug, the Briarthorn bug turned out in Qt. I was using an object called a canvas, and the canvas was very convenient, provide a bunch of drawing functions so I could quickly draw my radar volume, right? And it turns out that canvas object, it rasterizes with the CPU. And so anytime we zoomed in or zoomed out, it caused the size of the volume to have to redraw. And so every time it redrew, it had to use the CPU to do all of that. So that was the problem. I was able to fix that, and then we were good. No, it's tough. My intentions isn't to generate with AI, if that makes sense. It's oh man, how do I describe it? it's tough because like I have seen the arguments, right? A lot of people are like, AI is the devil, and I think there are some arguments that can be made to be like, oh yeah, you're not wrong. The arguments I am seeing is just kind of showing a lack of understanding of what goes into software development, at least software development that I do, I guess, and I'm sure a lot of people are doing. It's actually, I wonder if I could show you guys an example. One of the issues is it could be something simple, right? Let's say you're going to write a function to convert a string to a float, and another function to convert a string to an int, and a string to a vector, right? Serialization. This is code that I have written before. I have written many times before. I have used other people's code to do this before as well, right? I have a lot of experience with these APIs. I know what they like. I know how they work. I've tested them. I've used them in production. So then, if I know exactly how to write it, exactly how I want to test it, but I don't want to spend 6 hours manually doing it, like, that sucks. I mean, it sucks that, like, developers are getting trashed on for using AI to solve their problems that they know how to solve, right? It's not like I'm sitting here and going, hey, create me Minecraft. I'm saying, hey, create me packed data structures so that I can store the blocks in memory in a memory efficient way. Implement this packed storage into chunks so that I can preload them into memory as the character moves. Like, it's things like that, right? Using actual knowledge about how a computer works, right? It's tough. And I don't know if it's ever going away, so I either have to learn how to use this stuff, or I don't know. Do I have a job in 5 years? 10 years? Well, hopefully, hopefully retired in like 10 years, but only time will tell. So when it comes to Mr. K, when it comes to animation, a lot of the times it's going to be interpolation and different types of interpolation of key value pairs. I'm using a framework which does a lot of that work for me. Let me see if I can find... And that's the other reason I'm going with like a framework versus writing a game from scratch myself, is a lot of that type of stuff I don't have to worry about implementing anymore. I just say like, hey, here's my start value, here's my end value, and then here's the amount of time I want to like rotate the drone, that kind of thing. So that's usually how I'm doing that. I'm trying to see... Where... No monster today. Alright. I do want to try and finish what's left of this Wordle, and maybe I have enough here to turn it into a how to make Wordle YouTube video at the end. We'll see. With me struggling to learn Odin. Yeah, I'm not giving up on Alwyn per se. I was kind of hoping to do it in conjunction with Jamal, who was starting to contribute some, but he's been busy with work himself, so we'll see. He did leave me a pull request, but I wanted to go over that with him on stream with you guys, so I'm still waiting to see when he's available. I plan on once I finish up with Odin here, maybe I can go back to doing some more C++ Awin, take a break from learning a language, and get some more work done. But I would like to also potentially explore other languages, just, you know, small project, that kind of thing. Just because it seems interesting, at least for me. It gives me an excuse to try something that I haven't done before, which is kind of cool. Where we left off, which was Friday? We have some Wordle. Why does that look like that? There we go. So I think it's mostly done. Like, I would say 90% done, which probably means the last 10% will take 90% of the time. So I'm probably going to skip that 90% if I'm honest. But I think I wanted to get the enter and delete button enlarged. And then I want to be able to, like, finish the game and start a new game, I think. And then I think the nice to haves, like the extra things to do, would be like loading a Wordle dictionary, which I don't know. Parsing data isn't as interesting to me. Oh, I'm on a different computer. I don't have my notes. Guys, I screwed up. I don't have my notes. Okay. So, couple things then. We want I think we want to say new game. What does that look like? We'll find out by playing Wordle. All right, what do we think? What do we think? What do we think? I always like to try a new word. Yeah, I'm not too stressed about loading a bunch of words, which is why it didn't sound as interesting. Place. Okay. Not a bad attempt. Let's try shout. Hi, premium. I'll redirect it to my Patreon. Ooh, I need a Patreon. Okay, so we got CE and U. That could be anything. That could be like juice. No, it can't. Ooh. Okay. Touche. It could be... oh man. What if I had a game suite, not unlike New York Times, but it's only when I stream, and you can play for bits or something like that. I don't know, whatever Twitch does, allow you to, like, it's like inserting a quarter into your arcade machine. I think we're on to something here. Deuce? Nope. Ducks? Duke? Dolce? Nope, C can't go there. Why do I keep thinking C goes there? Alright, there's a U. which means we could do a queue. Nope. Use. Nope. 100 bits to play Wordle through Twitch chat. Yeah. So that is something I still want to do. There's no way in hell I'm going to do it with Odin. Just because I don't want to sit here on stream and struggle like figuring out what all the syntax is I need to be able to achieve a application. But I do want to do something where I can pull the Twitch chat and use it to like drive a game or an application or something with you guys. I think that would be cool. Absolutely, we could probably do connections. Connections would probably be easier. I don't know if there's a lot of logic there versus just taking a giant word list and adding a bunch of tags to it, and then having what I think would be a simple algorithm to randomly pick 4 tags, and then you would query 4 words for each tag, and then just shuffle them up and render them. Something like that. I think. I don't know. Usually projects seem a lot easier until you start writing them, and it's like, oh, I didn't consider that. Choose choice. Choice? Choice? Why do I think there's a C? There's nothing that tells me... Oh, wait. There is. I think I'm just gonna throw another word in. Mince. Dang it. I really want CE, and that's clearly not correct. Fruit. Nope. T already exists. Oh, did you get it in one? Curve. You're a genius. Oh, you didn't get it. You didn't get it. Oh, you're so close, though. We have to get it now. So it's C. Crew. Crude. Splendid. Oh, I don't have the splendid message. Okay, this is what we were looking for. Ooh, was this what we were looking for? I don't want to have to create a... See, all right, well, now I have to create a back-end server that allows you to register an account. We're going to have to deal with OAuth. We're going to have to allow sharing, and then now I'm going to have to create all of these games so that I can link against them. I need a paid service so that I can create the lock icons so that you can unlock these. Oh, man, that's so much more work. Wait. Oh. Maybe it was C results? Wait, is it not showing? I thought the game like showed you... Oh, maybe it was when you share. Okay. All right. So yeah, I think then all I need to do is replace the keyboard with a new game, right? New game, exit game? Do we always have exit game? I mean, you can just close the window, right? So just new game? Replace the key. Okay, so you got it. Replace the keyboard, new game, and then that resets the state of everything, and then generates a random index for which is the new word to guess. Okay, so I think that's what I want to do. A new game button. So when you win. So I'm thinking there is a game state that we track. Like, hey, the game is active, the game is done, whether you win or lose, that kind of thing. Thanks for the follow, Lamoldi. Ew. Moldy. But thank you. Okay, so game state. That's going to be an enum, and I know how to do an enum now because I am an Odin pro. Game state. Oh. Okay. So, someone was asking about, like, if I use AI, and this is tough, right? And this is a very simple example, but this is what I meant. I knew I wanted a game state enum. I knew that I wanted to track if you were going to be playing, you won or lost. I think I even, like, if we go back, a minute or two in the VOD, you'll see I literally talked about this, right? Well, AI auto-completed this for me. So now I'm a part of the witch hunt because I pressed one key instead of, I don't know, 30 keys? Ooh, now I'm curious. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, maybe more than 30 keys. But it's like, I think I'd have more of a problem if someone was like, hey, AI, now make Minecraft. And then it's just like, boom. I don't know. And then it becomes a question of, where do you draw the line? So I'm just going to do the best that I can and have fun. That's all I can do. Game state, playing, one lost. And then I want to store it. Thanks, Gattaca. You have a good day too. I do. The part of the reason I want to try and finish this up quickly is I would like to also write this in C++ and just kind of have like a side-by-side comparison and a little bit to talk to, so I can do kind of like, hey, this is what I like about Odin. This is why I still like C++, right? Because at the end of the day, I mean, I've been doing C++ for however long I've been doing it for. It's not like I'm ever going to leave it, right? Everyone, any senior engineer probably who has had their head in a code, like a programming language, it's tough. It's tough to change the way you think after you spent so much time and effort. And really, it's like, it's the effort of trying to improve at this language. And it's like, oh man, now I have to do it all over again. I'm tired. So tired. It doesn't have. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Though I realized, I think the language server, if I put a semicolon here and then save, it automatically removes it. So we're okay. It's not the end of the world. I've already forgotten how to use Odin. We initialize somewhere. Is this it? So I'll set the game state to playing. So I'm probably, you know what I'm going to have to do? I'm going to have to, all of this is going to have to get moved into a, like, game or like new game. It's going to have to get moved into a new game. Set the LLM. Wouldn't that be something? I think AI or LLMs are just too slow at this point. But if it, I don't know if I would like that. If you're typing and it's just changing as you're trying to type, ugh. I already hate some of the autocomplete that pops up, at least for Odin, where it's just completely wrong. And it's doing it while I'm typing. if I move all of this into a new game function, the new game returns a game board that is initialized. Do I have to make sure see, I just... This hurts. It hurts, guys. So let's do this, I guess. We need a new game. New game. Let's do it right here. Okay. So if I understand, I can do this. Put it here. Turn a game board. Return a copy of a game board. I assume. I'm still not 100% clear if that's what Odin does. But I can return... And maybe it's... does Odin have RVO? So, like, even though it's technically a copy, will it move it instead? So then here I do game board equals new game. But I still have to know that I need to delete these. I apologize, guys. It's a good one too. It is so good. Cashmere, but it's a cover by Lindsey Sterling. Oh, I apologize. This one's on me. I owe you guys. I owe you something. It's so freaking good. Okay, so new game. Game board initialize. Can I want C++. I want my destructors back. I don't want to do defers. Okay. And then this is where I don't know. I want to randomize my... Oops. Looks like there's a core math. Is there an example? Example. Core math. Rand.choice. Oh. That's cool. Okay, wait a minute. We gotta try this. All right, core math, rand.choice. Is it that easy? Oh, that actually doesn't... Oh, actually, is that what it's... Will that work? Of course not. Yeah. Well, I mean, I think this would work. The issue is I don't need the word. I don't need a random word from this list. I need a random integer from 0 to length minus 1. So I need to know how to do that. Does it give me... Choice takes an array, choice enum. That's kind of cool. Default random number generator. Gen float. Laplace. Normal, average, alpha, low. Oh, here we go. Range. Low, high. Is this what I want? Is it all float 32? Can I do integer? Why is it off by 1 bit? I don't... That's weird. Int range. This is what I want. Okay. 0 to length of words minus 1. That's what I want. Oh yeah, I am definitely still thinking object-oriented, Dal. You are not wrong. I am not used to, like, procedural, like, what do you call it? Like, best practices for procedural implementation. Okay, so now I don't know what the word is, but I also have a limited number of words I can guess with. So let's try quilt. Not there. Banjo. Well, I won. Okay, let's try that again. Is it going to be banjo again? Nice. Eagle. Apple. Sweet. I think that's working. It's not crashing. Fable. Meats. Peeve. That makes sense. Eagle. Oh, okay, I'm losing now. Banjo, or no. Nope. Wait a minute. Apple. I'm losing at my own game, and I only have like 7 words to choose from. Woo! Oh, man. That was close. That was close. About to lose my own Wordle game. This is ridiculous. Okay. So, new game button. New game button. Ooh, button. That's something else I don't have. I don't have the ability to click on these squares. Can I make Claude Fable? I mean, you provide enough API interfaces. So like when especially if I'm using like C++, I'm doing this with Briarthorn as well. I basically define a master interface of commands, and commands is how you modify state in my game. And it's the only way you're allowed to do it. So you click on a button in a UI that's going to change a value in your game. That's through a command. You're going to change the pause state of your game. That's through a command. Everything is through a command. That way, I can have the game, essentially the business logic, separate from the visual logic. And by doing so, you now give yourself a testable interface to do stuff like that. So yeah, I guess if I wanted to, I could have Claude AI just like run a bunch of commands on my game and play it, right? And that idea, I think would be kind of cool if I can come up with something to play with you guys. Because if I can get your chat polled and aggregated to drive command APIs, I mean, maybe you could play Briarthorn. Dow, I did look that up. It does look interesting, and I would be curious to try it out. Also, did I get really loud there? I apologize. I might need to fix audio a little bit. That got a little peaky. All right. Anyway, buttons. I need to be able to click. This could be interesting. So I could just do, oh man, it's gonna be a lot of work. This will be intersection testing against squares based on the position that they're rendered. I would need I could just invoke inline, I guess. I would need a command API. So when a button is pressed, it does W, and it would call the same API that my keyboard invoked, just like that. Ugh. I know exactly how I would do this in C++. I have no idea how I would do this procedurally. I could pre-calculate the positions of these rectangles and then run mouse captures against them and then use those same calculations to do the rendering. I could keep it simpler and just do it where I render it. Where do I draw the rectangle? Right here. Because if I do that, I would have the key. So in here, if I do a check for the current mouse position and mouse state, that would let me know that, hey, this key was pressed. I could do that. Maybe that's what I do. Just keep it simple. But that does mean when the keyboard is pressed, I want it to call the same function that I would invoke here. Where did I do that? When the keyboard is pressed, I've already forgotten. It's like 500 lines of code and I've already forgotten where anything is. And I didn't even use AI to generate this. I literally wrote this. You guys were there. I've already forgotten. That is one downside if you do go the route of LLM generation. Even with code review like I've been doing, it's not as like settled in your brain where things are. And especially for a bigger project, it does become a little more difficult to track down. And at least for me, I do become a little bit more lazy with like, I don't know where anything is. I don't need to control F. I have AI. I can just write a sentence. I don't need to know how to grep or find or refactor. AI can just do it for me. Like, there is definitely a cost there. And I do feel it sometimes. I forgot what I was doing. Also, I could just be getting old and I'm becoming more forgetful. It's hard to tell exactly what is happening. Key events. Was I doing that in update? Let's see. Render. Didn't I have... Step. Here we go. Events. Keyboard events. Keyboard events. Fill active row. With the current letter. Okay, so it converts a keyboard key to a letter. So, is this a function? Ooh. Current letter. Backspace or enter. Maybe it's just this. Which requires active row. It loops over until it finds a letter that is none. Yeah, okay. Because then I can, when I click the keyboard button, I just pass in current letter. Yeah, okay. That's new game. I do want to clean this up too. I want to look at what it takes to move the game board implementation and logic into its own. I don't know what Odin calls it. Is it a package or a module? Something like that, right? Update message. Apply. I guess I'll call it add key. Apply key. Add guess? No, it's not a guess. Add letter? Apply letter? Add key. I'll just do add key. Whatever. What other inputs am I gonna need? The game board? If the letter is not none, I'll add the key. Pass in the active row. Do I have the active row while I'm drawing? I mean, I have the game board. Yeah, okay, so that's what I do. What is the active row? Oh. Get active row is a row pointer. New game. All right, guys. This autocomplete is exactly what I need to write. But if I hit tab, I am now an AI generated project and no one will have any interest in it. And that's a bummer. Not everyone is using LLMs nefariously. Let's see. So add key. Delete the bots. No, I'm gonna make a YouTube video and it'll be heavily AI edited so that it will look like I wrote everything from scratch, including the programming language. Add key. All right, so wherever I'm rendering, right here, so I have access to the key. Honestly, just do this anywhere. We do it before or after we draw. Well, it doesn't matter because the drawing doesn't finish until we present. So I need to find the key that was actually intersected with. So I need X, Y, width, height. This is draw rectangle, X, Y, width, height. This is what I need to intersection test with. Okay. do we need to do an ASMR stream? Talk really low. Especially now that I've got my mic a little tuned in more. Intersect the key, position and size. So I guess I need to track the current mouse position and mouse button state and capture it. ASMR keyboard noises. You guys hear my keyboard right now? I'm gonna... Looks like you might be able to hear bits and pieces of it. Oh, there's an is mouse down. Oh man, see? This is why you're here, Dal. Is now I'm not using Raylib, so I don't know if Carl 2D does the same thing. Is cursor hidden? Is mouse button is held? Mouse button is down. Mouse button went down. Oh, this is huge. Okay. No way. Is that real? Okay. AI's hallucinating. Ooh, it doesn't like this. If left mouse button is down, and I don't know why it's thinking mouse position incorrect. Why is it? Is that a real thing? It wants it to be a thing. I mean, A rendering library would be something that would have a way to test intersection. Oh, boo. I have to write it myself. Boo. Surely. That's actually kind of surprising, because doesn't Raylive have a way to test rectangular intersection? Alright, whatever. I'll just write it. Not a big deal. Okay. If... Oh, but I don't have the mouse position. Overlapping? No rectangle overlapping. Rectangle overlap. Expand position from side. Oh, overlap. Overlapping. Okay, so that's 2 rectangular points. Shrink, top left, middle, draw, expand, cut, center, bottom right. That takes 2 rectangles, unless there's an overload. Turns true if 2 rectangles are overlapping. That's not what I want. Is there not something that takes like a point? Expand. What's... Oh, this expands a rectangle by a point. Is it point in rec? Hey, there we go. Good job. Thank you, Jay. Thank you. You're a lifesaver. I mean, I probably could have written that if statement quicker than it took to find the API, but that's not the point. I'm trying to learn Carl 2D as well. Also, I need to use this correctly. Takes a point, takes a rectangle. Oh, it just wasn't formatted. Okay. So if the mouse went down and the mouse position is in the rectangle, we will add a key to the row. See if that works. Ooh. Still running it. Q. U. I. L. T. Enter. Ooh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, that's right. That's right. We need to handle... We need a switch statement here. So we basically need the same thing that we were doing... Okay, so maybe this whole thing does become a function. If key went down, get the current letter, So we need a... Oh, man, we need the dictionary as well. Hmm. Do we have access to the dictionary? I don't think we do. I probably should have made the dictionary a part of the game board. I'm trying, Kay. I'm trying. I feel I feel old and slow. All right. One thing leads to another. I think the dictionary can be added to the game board. I mean, it makes sense. Just have one root struct that manages the entire application state. So that makes sense. Oh, hey, Jan. Hey, relax. No one needs to know. I've got a filter on right now, okay? So you guys shouldn't be able to tell. Like, my CPU is pegged trying to filter me, but you shouldn't be able to tell, right? Uh, I feel like we started with adding game state, and now I've somehow traversed back to needing to merge dictionary. Do I even need this? I don't even need this to be a struct, really. I'll just frickin', I'll just frickin' like add words, dude. I'll just do this. And then target, probably call it target word since it's not a part of dictionary anymore. We'll just do that and just be like, it's done. Problem solved. AI will solve the rest, right? Um, what was I doing? So this becomes, oh my god. You guys are missing out on this kick-ass playlist I had set up. I'm so sorry. I unfortunately the only way I can fix this is I have to stop the stream because OBS is not letting me modify anything while I'm streaming. Yep, it is what it is. This is a quiet stream. Oh, I'm covering. Oh, I'm gonna have to find a new seating position. I'm covering Trill. Wait a minute. I'll scoot over a little. Oh. Actually, you guys watch Trill. I'm gonna use the bathroom and get a drink. Was he watching me? Oh, Germany wins in overtime. Oh, wow. Against, what was it, Paraguay? Wow. Saw Brazil beat Japan at the last second today. That was kind of cool. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we started one starter, I think. I'm a little disappointed that our bench players couldn't keep up. But it's one of those things where it's like I want to be like France or maybe Spain where even the bench players could be starters on another team in the World Cup. Maybe someday. Was that all I needed to do? Cool. Um, there's a reason I was doing that. Oh, that's right. Which was to turn this function into a game board. Yeah, I want to turn this whole thing into a process letter. Evaluate. Add. I think it's still add. No, it's not just add anymore. Yeah, so it's got to be process. Hmm. Oh, I apologize, guys. Yes, the GitHub link is changed. It got confusing. So well, as you guys know, I've been using github.com/fun and software LLC. The reason I did that is because prior to all of this, prior to streaming, I had a user called Fun and Software. But I realized once I got all this up and running, I wanted to make it an organization on GitHub, but I couldn't do that because Fun and Software already existed. So I relinquished that name so that I could use it as an organization. Well, it turns out you can't use the name after it's been released for 90 days. Well, those 90 days are up. So now we are github.com/fun and software. So I have slowly, hopefully, surely, will clean up the links as I go. GitHub link at the bottom of my website. Okay, yeah. So I'll make sure I account for that. I think I updated the link in my YouTube and Twitch profile, but I think that's the only thing I've done so far. So I'll have to fix that. Okay, so I'm not... Oh, I'm only processing... Or no, that should work. I'm processing keys in the row. And those keys exist. They have a size. Process key. Might have to debug. Ooh, my backspace just doesn't work. Uh-oh. So it broke here. We convert the key to a letter. Process key. If the letter is delete, if it's enter, so process or key to letter isn't doing its thing. Keys to letters. Keyboard key. Enter. Delete. Unless there's like another name for these. We have to debug. Gonna have to debug. Put a breakpoint here. Backspace. Okay. So the key should be delete. So that worked. Then we go to process key. If letter is not none. Oh. What was I doing before? I was testing against... I think... Letters not none. And enter or delete. Whatever. Okay. There we go. Enter. What letters in my word list has a T? I already forgot. Crane. Nope, can't be crane. Quilt, apple, eagle, crane, delta, delta, delta. Nope, can't be delta. Ooh, but the E and T goes there. What if it is delta and I have a bug? What else could it be? Oh god, suck at my own Wordle game. Uh, oh no, if it's not delta, what is it? Fable. Can't be fable. Yeah. Yeah. Is it not delta? Alright, I'm cheating. I don't have to sit here and play my own game. That's not fair. I made it. Oh, this is what... Yeah, this is what I'm worried about. This might be a bug. Because it's saying delta isn't a word. Or isn't the word. Meets... Oh. Oh. I'm so bad. I'm so bad at this. Jan, I don't know. I don't know. It feels weird continuously writing blog posts about why I'm switching to frameworks. So let me play with Flutter for a bit. I literally did this over the course of the past, I don't know. When did I switch to Qt? I don't remember. Or no, when did we have the WebAssembly issue? Because that's basically when I started doing Odin. Okay, yeah, so 2 weeks ago, I think. Week ago. So let me play with it for a bit, because maybe I end up doing something else entirely. I don't know. So the rapid prototyping with Flutter is super nice, because I don't like the way Flutter works, or Dart, is awesome. It has both just in time and ahead of time compilation. So while you're developing, you can run it in a VM and it will allow like hot reloading and things like that. But then you can also compile it to native machine code and run it when you're ready, right? So using that is much quicker than even QTQML, because I don't have to deal with all of the C++ isms to keep things maintained and working on all these platforms. I can just literally, I mean, I can just show you guys. I'll just show you. I can do what I want. This is my stream, not your stream. Shut up. I'll just show you guys. Because it's freaking cool. Alright. So this is one of the reasons I find it beneficial. A couple things. All I had to do to get Flutter up and running is go to an extension called Flutter. Now, I'm assuming you have to have your C++ compiler on hand or whatever. I think. Don't quote me on that. I know there's some stuff it does with C++ under the hood, but I don't know for sure. But anyway, you install the Flutter extension. Once that's installed, you just do a Control-Shift-P, Flutter, new project. You start a new project, and that's it, right? And once you have something running, you just hit this run button right here, or debug, doesn't matter. So I hit run. And this will load it into the virtual machine. So now I have Briarthorn running. And it also has things like, I've not really used this. It has tools you can run alongside it for profiling and development. Briar Dart. Yeah, all my framework hopping, I'm running out of names to use in my repos. Hey, get off my back. I can open dev tools in a web browser, in a widget inspector page, a CPU profiler page, a memory page, a performance page. I've never done any of this. Widget inspector. Dev tool release notes. So then this gives me like an entire inspector tree of all of the widgets in my game. And I can like view and mess with this stuff. No widget property to display. I'm wondering if there's actually something I can show here. Again, I've not really used this too much. This isn't one of the main reasons I'm using this for. It has a Flex Explorer, so if you're doing layout stuff, and it's all in the editor. That kind of thing. Debugging, no. But anyway, so you can do that. That's why I'm like really liking this. And there's also, let me see if I can modify a theme. So I have this Aurora theme that I defined. I wonder if this will let me do it. So background, is it this one? All right, I'm gonna try and flashbang you guys. Maybe I want it close. There we go. Oh no, it broke. It broke everything. It brought the main. It reset the app, but it didn't actually change the background. Dang it! I was worried about that. And part of the problem is I'm using that Flutter Flame framework, which does things a little differently. So I don't know if it's playing nice as well with the hot reloading. But that's the general idea. I go to main menu. Let's see, new game. Okay, you guys made me break my game. I blame all of you. Exit game, whatever. Anyway, that was the point. I can just hit this run button inline in my editor to run my app. And the other thing I wanted to show you is I can, so this is on Windows, right? And the whole reason I considered this was that struggle with WebAssembly, okay? So if I want to run this on web, I just come over here, select Chrome, I hit run. Maybe. Surely. I mean, it's thinking. It's thinking. Still thinking. I have Briarthorn available for the web. And it still works with my keyboard mouse. I haven't tested this on the web. I assume it still works with the gamepad. Let's see. Oh, yep. Works with the gamepad. I'm able to accelerate, range in, range out, move the cursor. And if these guys shoot at me, I should be able to do a well, Ghost's ability, which is become stealthy and avoid missile attacks. Okay, here we go. Incoming. Let's fly this way. Let's get ahead of them so that they have to turn a little. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. They're coming. And there's a cooldown, so I'm trying to like time this. And if I do this right, I can go stealth, latch on, and then have them follow my missile. So now they're tracking my missile. Oh, not that one. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. It's on cooldown. I got 4 seconds. Oh, that's another missile. That's another missile. All right, I'm ghost again. I'm a ghost again. Anyway, that's so it needs some fine tuning, at least for this initial playable level. And I'm still trying to figure out what abilities I want to give everything. But the long-term goal here is some kind of progression system. Maybe a talent tree. Maybe. Binary sire, no. Yeah, so no cross-platform hell for sure, because it just kind of works. I just load this on Linux, Windows, Mac, download the Flutter extension, build, and I'm good. And then if I want to build it for Windows local, like to native, and not just through the VM, I just type Flutter build Windows, and I honestly don't know the size of the binary. We'll see. I still have the debug display, so I'll launch it again here in release, and we'll take a look. Okay, so it built binary size. That's what we're looking for. Build Windows. Kind of show you, I guess. So it even generates a Visual Studio solution project. So it's definitely doing stuff under the hood. The binary, oh my god. The binary is 90 kilobytes. I don't know how easy it is for you guys to see that. The binary is 90 kilobytes. The Flutter Windows, which I have to assume is the Flutter runtime, is 20 megabytes. So that's not nothing. And then the gamepad plugin is 106 kilobytes. So we're talking all in 21 megabytes, which I still have. Do I still have the QML? Is this the QML one? Yeah. Holy shit. So this is what it looks like using Qt QML. Briarthorn is 317 kilobytes. And then all the DLLs you need to run it, including the Qt DLLs. So we're looking at 51 megabytes total. So I don't know how, don't know why. And there's probably some like optimizations I could have done with Qt to reduce. But at least currently, the Flutter version has more in it and is less than half the size of the Qt version. So I don't know. But the other thing I wanted to show, I can pop open Android Studio, Virtual Device Manager, click on my Pixel 6 virtual device, and now in the Flutter extension, oh, it's cheated. I already have it running. Boo. But in this Flutter extension, I can select the Pixel 6 virtual machine and then just hit run. Well, I mean, the cat's out of the bag now, I guess. Stupid. Let's pretend that wasn't there. So then I can hit run, and it will automatically launch and load this into the Android device. So the only thing left here really is there a way I can plug my Steam Deck into this and then have it automatically launch to it? Because that would be cool. I don't know if there's a way. That is why I like Dart/Flutter. The syntax is a little iffy, sometimes kind of a pain to read, but when it comes to like cross-platform development, pretty damn cool. Pretty damn cool. Isn't that right, Trip? He's asleep. I did not say that. I'm just saying Flutter is pretty cool. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I can't give up C++ yet. That's where all my views are coming from. Everyone shows up for the C++ advice, which is weird because now I'm not even writing C++. I think I'm doing this wrong. All right. What was I doing? I think I figured out enter and delete works now. There is another advantage with Flutter as well. And it's, I don't know if you guys noticed with the app, with Briarthorn that I was showing, the lines are so much more smoother and cleaner than like anything I would achieve through something like Raylib, because the rendering backend uses the same rendering engine that Android uses. So anything you see rendered in Android, it's the same rendering engine that comes with Flutter. So high DPI, high vector graphic scaling, or like high resolution vector graphic scaling, all of that, same rendering engine. Or at least used to be. It's called Skia. I do think they're upgrading it though. Okay. So keyboard's working. Now I need a new game to occur when... Oh, now we're back to the game state. Now I remember. Okay. So L and T could be delta, could be... Actually, I think it's just delta. Okay, so when our game state is running and we succeed, I guess it doesn't matter. We succeed if all of these are green, set the game state to 1. If the game state is 1, skip the keyboard rendering and render the new game button. If the game state is lost, skip the keyboard rendering, render the new game button. Yeah, so okay, yeah, I think that's it. We're now Odin Dart channel. Oh no. Are these phone notification sounds? I'm not sure what you mean. Oh, did my phone? Oh, yes, you guys are hearing my phone. Oh, wow. Paraguay didn't lose to Germany. They went to a penalty shootout, so that's happening right now. My dad's been texting me, so that's what you guys are hearing. You're hearing the World Cup notifications. So that's new then. The mic's picking up my phone notification. Wonder if I can filter that out. Don't want you guys creeping on me. Okay. Game state. Game state. Game state. Playing one lost. We create a new game. Set the game state. Playing. When we submit active row. Success. Success is true if success is false. Yeah. Success is true if everything is true. Okay. If success. Holy moly. Oh. Yeah, so I needed to do this as well. I needed to append a message. I don't think those are the messages I needed to use. I don't remember. I don't care about that. I will absolutely fix the music. I apologize. And I picked a really good one too. It's like melodic, violin rock cover. Oh, it's so good. Okay, so success. Set it to 1. Set it to lost. If active row is equal to the last row. Is that true? Yeah, because we're on the last row. Okay, so if we are on the last row, set it to lost. Otherwise, move to the next row. All right. So then we should be able to disable rendering the keyboard. Render game board. If game board state is not playing, return. Let's try that. Okay. You won. All right. Now we just need a new game button. Okay. So now this becomes if playing else new game. All right, AI, if you are listening, draw a new game button. Thanks. Actually, do we know what size? I guess, oh, there isn't a new game button in the real one. So I guess I get to make it up. What do we think? 3. I guess it doesn't matter. I guess I could just make it a size. Whatever. I'm making this too hard. All right, we're gonna draw a rectangle border. Is that a thing? T2.draw rect outline. Perfect. Okay. It's gonna have an outline of 4, and this is drawing it the entire size of the screen, which is not what we want. We want this guy centered. Centered and offset by its size. So we need to define its size. And this takes a rect. Can I do that? Can I do that? Can I do This? Can I do this? How do I initialize a struct? Oh, it has field. Well, yeah. Maybe I can't. Oh no, I'm passing it in. This is allowed. So why can't I do this? What? Because, oh, wait, are these... Hang on. 0, 0, 150, 50. Illegal compound literal. Invalid type cannot be used as a compound literal with fields. So this is allowed, but this isn't. It's hurting my brain. I don't understand. All right. Fix attached problem. Oh, it didn't run. Oh, no, there it goes. Oh. Yeah, okay. That's annoying. What? Oh. And why needs to be, actually, might just need to be y. X, y. And then x needs to be screen size minus 150. Yeah. Hey LLM, write me a an automatic trading machine. Make no mistakes. Be sure to account for the latency from my home to the data centers on Wall Street. Boom. Instant millionaire. Billionaire. Okay. Let's probably be further down. Just a smidge. Just a little smidge. All the magic numbers. And then we want to draw A2 draw text. Yes, that. And it is doing so. Sure. Oh yeah, trillionaire. Yeah. Apparently that is a thing. I'm so good at this. Oh no. Uh-oh. Where'd it go? Where's my new game button? Oh, I'm too good at this. Uh-oh. Drew too close to the sun. Position. Y times 4 too much? Oh, y times 4 is too much. Way too much. I goofed. All right, whatever. We'll just leave it. We'll just leave it there. I'm about ready to be done with this stupid gay quilt. Eagle. Ah, dang it. What else could that be? Fable? Fable? Alright, new game. Sweet. Oh, but it's not centered. Guys, it's not centered. We need text size, grab its measurement, calculate its center. There we go. Okay. Now we need to handle the button. If K2 mouse down, point in rectangle. Ooh. This isn't where we actually create a new game, right? I didn't think about that. Where do we create the new game? Probably at the top of the loop? Oh. I could set the game board state to new game, and then if the state is new game, create a new game. Could do that. Carl 2D is the Odin version of Raylib, if you will. I wouldn't say it's exactly one-to-one, but very nearly. And the reason we swapped to it early on was for WebAssembly, because it worked out of the box versus Raylib needing mscripting to work. All that being said, I don't think WebAssembly works right now because a couple of these functions that I'm using, I don't think they're expected to take parameters. And I don't know enough about how Odin and Carl 2D works with WebAssembly. All right, so mouse button goes down. We determine an intersection. I don't know. Why is it doing that? Cannot assign a game board, which is a procedure parameter. Oh, that's because it takes a... Can I do this? I can. Oh! Maybe that's good enough. Because I'm modifying... Ooh. How does that work? Because doesn't that effectively change my address in memory? If I create a new instance of new game... Oh, but this is a pointer. Maybe we're okay. You know, we're just gonna do it. We're just gonna do it. We'll do it live. Guys. 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 Paraguay beats Germany in the World Cup. The first time Germany has ever lost a shootout in the World Cup. Germany is out in the round of 32. What? Holy crap. And I'm sitting here building a Wordle game with Odin, which is equally as awesome, is what I was expecting to hear. Oh, that's not good. Oh, I don't reinitialize the dictionary. So, the dictionary should be separate. Because in theory, if this was like a real game of Wordle that I wanted to support reloading every time, I wouldn't want to reload the entire dictionary every time I created a new game. This keeps throwing me off. I'm moving this. I keep expecting main to be the first function I see. Game state, dictionary. So I put the word list here. Keyboard messages, builder. Oh, I don't, no, I do. I deferred the delete. Okay, so I'm just gonna, I'm gonna move this into new game. Now, oh, here's a question. I'm deferring all of these deletes after this new game call. But am I allocating a new block of memory on the heap? I think I am. Wouldn't have this issue if we had RAII. Just saying. Well, you know what? Maybe this is a good opportunity to look at that one allocator Dow was talking about a while ago. Also, what's a little bit of leaked memory? Wouldn't be the first time. What is happening? What other word is in my list that has the B? Hmm. 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 As an N. B-A-N. Oh no. All right, I get one more guess. I get one more guess. I am no longer streaming vertically on Twitch. Oh, I forgot to set that up. You're right. I'm not. Completely forgot to set up. All right, I knew I would miss some stuff. Now, if I was a seasoned software engineer who knew better, I probably would use something like infrastructure as code and store all of my streaming settings in a repo somewhere that I can just easily restore, point OBS to. If I was good at what I did, that's what I would do. Anyway, what is the word? Banjo. I forgot banjo. Got it. All right. Lots of leaking memory potentially. So let's try this tracking allocator out. See if we can figure out what's happening. Working, new game button. Oh. GitHub pull request wants me to sign in using GitHub. Yeah. Okay, I can do it off screen. That's good. Not that I think anything can be leaked. Just in case. All right, push. Cool. All right. Yeah, it's basically done. If I wanted to make it pretty, I could. Or, I mean, it's open source. If someone else wants to make it pretty, they could. I definitely, like, a low-hanging fruit would just be code organization in general. I've just been blanket putting everything under here. I mean, small project, easy enough. But there's probably some things I could be doing a little better or differently. I'm kind of all over the place with, like, logic being updated and checking for key presses, that kind of thing. I love the code to be organized where it's like, hey, this is where code or logic is updated. This is where events are handled. This is where things are rendered. You know, keep things separate and clean and easy to read. Okay, so it's called a tracking allocator. How do we do this? Oh, Carl. Wait, I have to sign in to... Oh, it's a gist. I don't want to do that. I don't want to sign into anything in VS Code here. See the tracking allocator. In the core collection, you'll find a track. Oh, what are you doing, Trill? We're almost done. We're almost done. Relax. That warns you if your program is leaking memory or if it does bad freeze. Here's how to set it up. When debugging, tracking. I mean, is that all it is? I can do that. I can do that easily. Boom. Done. When debug. I guess mem is the package, so I should probably import that. All right, will this not build? Yep. That built. Okay, so how does this work? What is this? What is when? It looks like you can assign something here, but then it moves on to run code. Oh, shoot. Defer has a block? A code block? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Are you saying... probably put this in here, I guess. You saying I can do this? Defer. Like things like that. Cleaning up the code would be kind of cool. Oh, it's like an if def. Got it. Compile time. So it assigns a tracking allocator. Track allocator init on this procedure initializes. Oh, I'm not used to this. Okay, so this is like the constructor. Okay, wait, and it points the context allocator? Yeah, the backing allocator. Yep, that makes sense. Okay. So then... Wait. Okay, allocator wrapper. And then at the end of scope, if allocation map is greater than 0, we got ourselves some problems. All right, guys. I'm thinking 0 problems. Hey, C, how's it going? We're making some Wordle progress here. Wilt. Okay. Meat. Nope. Heave. Rude. What else could it be? Rain. Oh yeah. All right, here goes. All right, it's down here. Can you guys see this? Wait, I won't close it yet. I won't close it yet. All right. 0 problems. Let's go. Oh. Huh. All right, so the keyboard lists are not getting freed. Everything else was good. Are you kidding me? Gameboard.keyboard. What? It's getting freed? It's a double dynamic, isn't it? It is. I was wondering about that. So what do you do? Do I need a for loop? Do I actually have to do that? Okay, there we go. Turns out it's not reallocating when I do this. How does that work? I instantiate a new game board. Oh, is this like... I don't know. I honestly was kind of expecting memory leaks still, but we're not getting them. All right, I'm comfortable with this. This is memory leak free. We have Wordle. We can... The only thing that's really like stopping this from being real, I think, is more words and an algorithm to parse those words or like determine validity of the words. Because obviously, like, the big problem here, the real leak code problem here is, let's say we load millions of words here, right? And we want to compare and test against the validity of our guess against this millions of line word list. Right now, we have an O of N solution. We go one by one, and it's super quick because we only have a couple of words. So I think long term, what the solution could be is a data structure where you store each letter as a tree node to the next letter, I think, for all like validly parsed words from a database. Because then that way what you can do is when you're testing the validity of a word, you go from the first letter, is it in the valid list of letters? Yes, that's O of 1. Okay, well give me the next nodes that work with this letter, and then compare against that, O of 1. Now, all the way through that tree, right? Now, the whole thing, worst case scenario, is you're making 5 comparisons. No matter how big your dictionary list is, I think. So that would be like the next evolution to this project, probably, is loading a bunch of data and then doing some algorithm magic to see how quickly you can parse and do word validity. Wordle only... Oh! Is there only that many words in the English language that are like 5 letters, or is Wordle just not including all the words? That's fair. You know what? Well, screw that. O of N is a perfect solution. Like, realistically, we could do a benchmark of this, honestly, if we wanted to. But I bet we could use an O of N solution for thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of words. Maybe. I bet we could. Was I on this computer when I had that benchmark? I don't think I was. If I was, we could set that up real quick. Maybe we'll do that next time. All right. I think we are at a good stopping point. I don't know if I'll do it on stream or not. Maybe I will get back to C++. Maybe that's the last thing I'll do, is let's implement this in C++ and enjoy the convenience of object-oriented programming and RAII. I know I see the TikToks, well, not TikTok, but I see the YouTube shorts of your software engineering gurus who hate object-oriented programming because of all the implicitness. Well, C++ specifically, because of the implicitness of hiding initialization, deallocations, and RAI in general. But man, having used it for as long as I have, I rely on it. It makes my life so much easier. And so maybe I'll do up a quick C++ with Raylib counterpart and do a side-by-side comparison. And then maybe I'll turn this into a YouTube video. Maybe that'll be a YouTube video. Like how I learned Odin. And then be like, C++ is where it's at. And then everyone will hate on me. But that's how you get views and clicks. Oh god, Rust. I mean, Rust is up there. That's definitely an option for me to learn as well. Rust, I have an interest in. Zig, I still have an interest in. Dart, ooh, I could do it in Dart. See how hard it is to use Flutter and Dart. How's Odin? That's fair. I owe everyone a summary here. So, and I'll definitely want to put a little bit more thought into this after I write some C++ to do a side-by-side comparison. But I kind of already said this. Odin is cool. Odin is awesome. I think if I was coming from having more experience with procedural languages, I would be able to have more insight into Odin. I think all of my pain points building Wordle today or this past week with Odin has nothing to do with Odin and everything to do with the fact that my brain is wired for object-oriented programming. So I don't want to trash on anything that is like, oh, that's just because of procedural stuff, right? Like, I don't like this. I want this to be automatically handled for me with the control of still being able to time when it happens, but this feels like boilerplate to me, right? Whereas someone who's used to this, it's gonna be like, no, are you kidding me? Do you know how easy it is for me to debug any problems by being explicit and being able to put a breakpoint here and knowing exactly when it happens? And I'm like, wait, are you kidding me? If I need to debug this, I just put a breakpoint in the destructor and I can still tell what's happening, right? So those are the types of problems I'm having. Now, the things I like are kind of cool. I really liked that Odin had this enumeration-based array. I kind of want to explore this with C++ and see if I can create one that is templatized, but will use scoped enums. So I'll probably do that with my C++ implementation of this, just for the fun of it, because that actually seems interesting. I really like that. Odin seems to have type safety, which is kind of awesome. I'm a big fan of type safety. And, I mean, other than that, I didn't really do too much. Oh, I do really like their for loops. The fact that I can choose to either do forward or forward like I to get access to the index and not have to use iterative based for loops like for I equals 0, I less than. Because I don't even do this in C++ anymore because code like this is error prone. These indices have a habit of changing on you when you least expect it, especially if you have multiple people working in the same code base. So the fact that Odin has what is essentially a range-based for loop from C++, chef's kiss. I love these. Oh, god dang it, guys. I was pointing and clicking at the code the whole time. I'm terrible at this. I am a terrible streamer. Bad streamer. Bad streamer. But yeah, these the for loops and then the for I. That's what I was talking about. Slice syntax. That one's tough for me. I've run across slice in Python and I struggled. It's just something I have to get used to. Now, I'm used to span in C++, but I'm also used to just being able to like drop a vector into it, whereas slice, I think you have to be kind of explicit about it. But yeah, it's awesome it has it. I think the fact that it has it is kind of cool. Python slices scare me. When you can index with a -1 and it actually does something, ugh. I'm used to thinking about my contiguous memory as 0 starting and -1 is not allowed. -1 is bad. But no, the slices are pretty cool. Oh, I actually like this. So in Odin, with the pointer type, you prefix with a caret, first of all. So that's kind of cool. The fact that you're using a caret instead of an asterisk, kind of cool. But then to dereference, I think I do this. It's on the right side. That's kind of cool. I think I kind of like that. You still can't see code? Why? That's why. Gosh darn it, guys. I clicked the wrong thing. So in OBS, I have a list of scenes that I can click on. One is for vertical, one is for horizontal. I have them linked together, but only in one direction. And so I clicked on the wrong button. Dang it. But anyway, right here. Right here. I like, this is cool. I do like this. Dereferencing your pointer on the right side and then defining what it is, like its type on the left side, kind of cool. What else is in here? Oh, just the general, okay. So C++ is old and ancient, so there's only so much it can do. The auto keyword in C++, I'm a huge fan of. I know there are arguments against it for people because they like to see the explicit types, but I am of the almost always auto camp, and you'll see in my C++ code that's exactly what I do. So the fact that I don't even need a keyword anymore, I just define the declaration via this either colon or colon equals. Yeah, I really like that. Now, I still get a little confused with the fact that, like, this is compile time. Wait, yeah. And not just like a runtime constant. So coming from C++ with runtime constants, it looks like Odin, you only have compile time constants, and then otherwise everything is mutable, I think. So I'm a little confused on that. I'm still part of the camp that everything should be like const by default. And maybe Odin has it and we just didn't get to that point. But I haven't seen it, so I don't know. I really like the shorthand for enumerations when it's being used for a type that only it can be used for, so I don't have to be explicit with the whole call out. I wish, because I've gotten so used to this in C++, and I think C has this or is getting it. And we looked this up and I forget what it's called, but I wish I could do this. I wish I could do like .r equals .rg. Yeah, I wish I could do this. I do like being able to specify what values get assigned to what. It's a little more clear to me. I can do this. I couldn't figure it out, or I didn't know how to do it. Is it just R equals, or is it colon? Yeah, I don't know. Regardless, if Odin has it, awesome, even better. That would be part of the cleanup. Maybe I'll spend some time on my own exploring a little bit more. Designated initializer, yes, that's what it is. But yeah, I might spend some time in the evenings or something cleaning this up just to keep the learning going. I mean, object-oriented brain, I prefer to do .add, but append's fine. This is all fine, makes sense. All this makes sense. I did get a little confused on the slicing a little. The general higher level packages that come with Odin is kind of nice. In order to achieve a random number in C++, I mean, if I do this, if I end up writing this in C++, you'll know right away. You can't do it in one line. You can't do it in one line. Unless you're using, like, rand, but that's not really what you should be doing. So that's kind of nice. I do like that there's some higher level packages that come with Odin. I kind of like not having to use parentheses with the for loops and the if loops. The switch statements are freaking awesome. Being able to specify that I want to run a for loop in reverse without actually needing to write it in reverse, kind of nice. Kind of nice. No. I wouldn't say dependencies are easier with Odin. I would say they're technically similar because there's no dependency manager, so you got to do it yourself. Now, it's based on my understanding, the way Odin works is you just pull in the Odin code, and because the Odin language is simpler in the way it was implemented, you just pull in the Odin code, import the package, and then it will just compile what you need for your application. Whereas C, C++, you're building libraries, static libraries, dynamic library. You got to be able to handle all of that, right? And it's a much more complicated language on top of that. So I would say Odin is a little easier here in that manner. What else? Anything else here? Oh, that's just math. Math is simple. Switch statements, fairly straightforward. I do like that the switch statements support not only like constants and enumerations, but being able to like, I mean, we didn't really explore it, but it looked like you could do a lot more with these switch statements, which was kind of cool. There's definitely some conveniences that I'm like, it'd be kind of cool if C++ had this. The fact that you get enum reflection out of the box, kind of cool. This is all math. We talked about the for loops. This is the basic switch statement. Again, this is a more of a procedural thing than a Odin thing. I'm not a fan of needing to pass a like an allocator or a string builder around in order to like get my strings to do what I want them to do. I kind of just want a string object and have it work. But I'm sure this is probably a convenience compared to maybe C. I'm not sure. Can't really speak to it. The rune thing is interesting. I've not personally had to deal with like anything larger than an 8-bit character. So I can't really speak to the convenience of runes, but it seems powerful. Yeah. All right, guys. Overall, Odin is awesome. I would say Odin is pretty awesome. I think my object-oriented brain would prevent me from building anything complicated in a nice manner. It would become a spaghetti mess really quickly. But that's just because I don't have the experience, and I have it in C++, so I know how to organize. But yeah. All right, guys. Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, we'll be back, and we'll be coding something. Not sure yet what yet. Y'all have a good night. Thank you for hanging out with me. See ya. Bye.